The Kalamazoo mother whose 3 children died in an apartment fire last year was back in family court this afternoon. The hearing for Jonetta Woods resumed this morning. The court will determine if Woods will be allowed to have custody of a 4th child that survived the fire. 24-hour News 8's Mark Thompson just stepped out of court. He joins us live from Kalamazoo. Mark, what's going on?
Good morning, Sue, or good afternoon, that is. A lot going on in court this morning. And before they could get to that hearing about Jonetta Woods' surviving daughter from that fire, the court first had to determine the custody of Woods' newborn, who was just born a few days ago, to see where that child would be placed in the meantime. If we roll some video from inside the courtroom, you can see that the judge first wanted to make sure that the child's father was prepared to handle taking on the responsibility of having a child. Woods' son, Taekwon, was born just a few days ago and was placed with family members by DHS for 1 day until the child's father could get a car seat, a crib, and some other materials to take care of him. Once the judge was satisfied that he was prepared, she released that child into the father's custody, giving Woods daily supervised visits. Then the hearing resumed on custody of her daughter, Dreana, who survived that fire. It's been 3 months now since they were last in court, so they had to do a little bit of reviewing. But then a Dr. Carla Johnson took the stand. She's a psychologist at Western Michigan University, and her testimony seemed to contradict earlier witnesses who testified for the state and for the prosecution, saying that Jonetta Woods seemed to be out of it at times, didn't seem to have the mental capacity to take care of a child, and didn't show or take any responsibility for what had taken place with her children during that horrific fire. Let's listen.
Some of the symptoms at that time, when I did see her, PTSD, where she was still experiencing dreams about her children, not being able to deal with smoke, not really being able to walk past the apartment at the time, and what that was like. Anger and frustration, which was part of, I saw a cycle of what one goes through.
Jonetta Woods, she had told the court that Jonetta did seem to be responsive to many of the questions that she was asked. Yes, she did have to ask some questions a couple of times before she would get the full understanding, but she said Jonetta did attend those sessions regularly, and she did appear to be going through the normal state of the grieving process, which, you know, would be angry at times, but also stressed out and depressed from having to deal with the entire situation, dealing with the DHS and also being in court and facing possible criminal charges in this case down the road. Now, the court says that this case, this hearing rather, could last for several more hours and well into the evening. So we are going to continue to follow what's going on inside the courtroom, and we will let you know the outcome, whether or not Ms. Jonetta Woods will be able to maintain custody of her surviving daughter from that fire. Reporting live in Kalamazoo this noon, Mark Thompson, 24-hour News 8.